Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode, I believe episode 42 of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Yeah, you guys keep sending your questions in and I'm going to answer them. These are real questions for anyone wondering out there. These are not made up questions. People send them in. I don't see them beforehand, but I do my best to answer them. So let's go today. Let's see what we got. Question number 1. Why can't the Republicans get on the same page? They must realize the party isn't showing strength or unity by being at odd ends with each other. Yeah, I hear that. I mean, here's the problem. You have kind of two factions in the Republican Party. You have the rhinos, Republicans in name only. And I think we all know who those folks are. These are the people who really are kind of Republicans from, let's say, 30 years ago. They have that mentality. This party has changed. And I hate to be the one to tell these people, this is now the party that Donald Trump created in 2015, 2016, and his entire presidency. So the party has changed. We're an America First party. We're a freedom-loving party. And I think the problem is some of these people who kind of like the old guard, the old way things were done in the Republican Party, the pomp and circumstance of it all, they don't like Donald Trump. Because he came in and he really shook things up and he woke a lot of people up. And let's face it, politics will never be the same because of Donald Trump. He got so many more people involved in politics, whether they loved him or whether they hated him. You do have to give him credit for that. And he really changed the entire party. And so there's a bit of stress between those two groups of people in the party. Some of these people are real swampy, even on the Republican side. And I hate to say that, but they are. And they are being, manipulated in much the same way that a lot of the Democrats are, because they like whatever is coming to them. And they're happy to play games and kind of bow down to lobbyists and special interest groups, do what's maybe best for themselves and not really best for this country or the people of this country or their constituents who they're supposed to be representing in Washington, D.C. So there will always be that. You're never going to get rid of all of these people. And so I think what we have to do is there have to be more of the Trump people than there are of the other folks. And I think we're already at that point. But that other group always likes to kind of poke their heads up and make some noise and cause a little fuss. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, they better get on board, because none of the people you have seen on that, as I call it, vice presidential debate stage are going to be the ones running against Joe Biden, I guess, unless they throw Gavin Newsom or somebody else at us to become president in 2024. It's going to be Donald J. Trump. That is going to be the next president of the United States. And I'll tell you what, we got to have all hands on deck. We need everyone on board to win this election, because whatever it is that's greasing the wheels of these rhinos in Washington, D.C., that's going to come to a screeching halt whenever all hell breaks loose, like it will if Donald Trump does not win the presidency next year. So I hear it, and I don't like to see it either. But you know what? Some of these people, we got to vote them out. Remember who they are. Take notes of who these people are. And if you have an opportunity in your state, or people who live in the state or the districts where these people are running, possibly next November, make sure they know you don't want to vote for that person. Let's make it loud. Let's expose them all. Let's talk about who they are. And let's make sure that we get a great group of people, not just in DC at the top in the White House, but we want them in the Senate. We want it in the House. We want to sweep the whole thing. And let's get this country back on track, because God knows that's what we need to start doing. Okay. Next question. How was Grandparents' Day at school? A lot of people saw this video. It was, 2 weeks ago now. We had Grandparents' Day at my kids' school, and my mom came from North Carolina. She usually comes. Look, I get any opportunity. I get to get my mom down, like, hey, can you come for Grandparents' Day? Oh, I don't know. Let me see what's on the, yeah, I can come. Like, yeah, my mom's coming. Always a great time. Everybody loves Mimi. But then I found out, because I always send everything to my father-in-law as well, because he's a grandparent too, and he should know what's happening at his grandkids' school. So I sent it to him, and come to find out, his schedule allowed him to come. So imagine this. Here's a guy with all of the crazy stuff going on right now that Donald Trump has going on, 4 indictments, 4 court cases spread out across the country, running for president of the United States, less than a year away from a presidential election. What does he do 2 Wednesdays ago? Comes to my kid's school, comes and sees my daughter and her little show and performance. I think it was her grade and the 3rd graders who had their performances that day, sat through all the performances. And then we went to the classroom because the kids had a little gift prepared for the grandparents or grandest friend. If your grandparent isn't around, you can also have an aunt, uncle, a special friend come. And so he came to Grandparents' Day, and it was amazing because it really shows you, I mean, how my kids relate to him, because this is just grandpa. They don't know anything about anything with the presidency or any of the other stuff going on. They know they see grandpa on TV a lot, but they don't, that's just grandpa to them, and they love him. And my daughter was so excited to show grandpa her desk. So that was all she cared about. And it was amazing. He had a great time, a lot of love from the school down here in Florida, as you can imagine. People very excited to have him there. And I think it really shows you the character of this man that, you know, despite everything else going on, he would take the time to come to Grandparents' Day and stayed for the whole thing, and happy to be there. And by the way, it was horrific weather. It was like almost a tropical storm. We had gusting winds up to like 50 miles an hour, torrential downpours. And he's like, yeah, I'm coming to Grandparents' Day. It was amazing. He had a great time. My mom had a great time. And then I got to keep my mom here for a couple more days on the end of that. So really worked out well. So yeah, we're looking forward to next year's Grandparents' Day. It'll be, let's see, will it be post-election? It'll probably be just after the election. So we'll see. Hopefully there's a lot to celebrate at next year's Grandparents' Day. Stay tuned for that one. That'll be a good time. Okay. Next question. Do you watch reality TV shows like The Golden Bachelor? You know, I probably should. I have so many friends who watch like the Housewives shows. To be honest, I haven't watched reality TV stuff in a really long time. I'm trying to think if there's anything, you know, the closest I get is like a Dr. Pimple Popper episode. Because for some reason, I got to watch. These people come in with like a boil on their face or some like giant thing. And I'm like, oh my God, they've been living their life like that for so long. I got to watch to the end to see, you know, are they removing like a toe, or like, how does this work out? I want to see the before and after. And oftentimes these people are very happy with the results. The Golden Bachelor, no, I have not watched it. I've seen kind of, I think, ads for it. Maybe it's been on in the background after like a football game goes off or something. I don't know, but I know what it is. I think it's the guy that's older, and then there are the women who are trying to woo him, or vice versa. Either way, I'm here for the Golden Bachelor. That's great. I love that people love it. I think we all need a good escape from reality. And let's be honest, reality TV is not reality. I hope you guys know that most of that stuff is set up and manufactured. And I can even recall from back in the days of The Apprentice now that I will say the tasks they did, those were very real, but I did remember the way that the producers would kind of like on sidebar, like talk to some of these people, and they'd be like, you know, so-and-so has been saying X, Y, and Z about you. And they'd be like, what? And then they'd send them back out on the task, and they'd be all up in each other's faces. They got to make, you know, TV. They got to get excitement for TV. And so just take it all with a grain of salt, whatever it is you're watching. The only problem I have with those like bachelor shows or those dating shows is I'm like, you know, you're really going to tell me that out of all of the people, 330 million people in this country, that the 25 that were chosen on this show, you're going to find the one? It's kind of a stretch for me, but you know what? If that's how you relax, I'm so thrilled, and do what makes you happy. Yeah, I watch stuff like Mysteries at the Museum because I'm a loser. I don't know. I want to find out more about history and weird stuff like that. So that's what I tend to watch whenever I have a little extra time. I need a good new show though. If there's anything anyone's watching, let me know until what's the one about the hotel comes back? White Lotus. Till we get another White Lotus, we'll see. Okay. I have a question, Lara. Why are you so dumb? Does lying mean nothing to you? Well, I don't think I'm dumb at all. I bet if we took an IQ test, I'd probably come out on top. I mean, just grammar alone and just punctuation. Let me see, based on the sentence that you wrote here, you didn't even put a question mark after any of this. So congratulations. You know, here's the thing. And I feel like everybody whoever has some nasty little comment like that writes in, they're like, why are you lying? I'm not lying. Here's the truth. You have been lied to. You have gotten the wrong information from the wrong sources, and I don't know where you get it. If you're under 35, 50% chance you're getting it from TikTok, which is so sick and messed up and frightening on another level. Yeah, you know what? I just tell the truth. I tell things as I know them. I call the shots like I see them, and I'm just being honest here. And if you want to check up on anything that I talk about, especially as it relates to Donald Trump as the 45th president, go back and look it up. Look at the things he did for this country. You can look them up because they're cold, hard facts. That's how I'm dealing in things for myself, for this show, just in life in general. And I think you'll find with people who are conservative, we deal in truth and fact, and we deal in hard facts, not this cushy emotion-based nonsense like the Democrats like to spin. Because if you look at a lot of the arguments that the Democrats are making, typically they're based in emotion. Feels good. Let's open the border. Feels good to say, let's give everyone an ability to come to America. Yeah. Until it all goes to hell and our systems can't handle all the influx of people coming in. We don't know who's coming in this country. We don't know if they mean us ill or well. We don't know what they're bringing into this country. We do know that fentanyl is killing 100,000 Americans every single year because of what's coming over our southern border. These people aren't paying taxes. They're unaccounted for. We can't sustain something like this. Look at New York City, how it's been overrun by these illegal immigrants who have come here. You can't do it. So all of the arguments that you're going to see on the Democrat side are based in emotion. And typically you look at a conservative's argument and it's based in fact. It's based in cold, hard fact. So I'm sorry to tell you, if you did even a second of research about whatever it is you claim that I'm lying about, I think you'll very quickly find that there's evidence to back up everything I've said. There are facts to back up everything that I've said. And that's how I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go from now to November 5th of 2024, when we reelect Donald Trump as the 47th president. I'm going to go all the way through his entire next administration, all 4 glorious years of them, telling the truth, speaking facts, just spitting fire like that. That's how we're going to do it. And I hope you're ready. I hope you settle in. And I hope you check back. If you find something I've lied about, please write in and let me know, because I would love to hear even one thing that you might be able to come up with, ma'am or sir. Thank you. Okay. Final question. If Biden ever came for an interview on your show, what would you ask him? Wow. Oh my God. Well, first, I feel like we'd start with a good old-fashioned cognition test. Just right off the bat, I just want to get that out of the way, because why the heck don't we have something like that already? We want the basics. I want to know what's going on up here. How is this man even alive and functioning? Maybe we do a little, I don't know, some kind of drug testing. I just want to know. I just want to know what kind of substances are present or not present. I'm not saying one way or another. All I'm saying is I feel like that would be valid information for the American people. And I feel like a lot of people would be interested in that. And then if I found that there were no substances being used and the cognition was above board, which I think we'd be hard pressed on both of those, but okay, then I think I would ask him why he made, as far as I'm concerned, the single worst decision he ever made, which was the first decision he ever made as president of the United States, and shut down the Keystone XL pipeline. And if given the chance, knowing all we know now in the wake of that mistake, because it had a snowball effect that not only increased inflation across this country, and it's costing Americans more money now than they've ever had to spend just to get the basics and just to get by every single day. It allowed for the Ukraine-Russia war. It allowed for Iran to enrich itself enough to cause this Hamas-Israel conflict. It caused chaos around the world, and it is causing so much pain and destruction. Would he, if he could, take back that very first thing he did, very first executive order as president of the United States. And I would love to hear his answer and hear what he's got to say on the other end of it. But certainly the cognition test, certainly some sort of a substance test on the front end of that before we even get into that discussion. And then, man, I mean, if you give me an hour with Joe Biden, I've got a lot to ask him. Maybe we'd see about tying shoes. Maybe we could just like walk a straight line. Maybe we'd give him a stage and say, how do you get off the stage? Go. Let's just see what happens. I don't know. There's a lot we could do. So I'm available. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm sure the White House tunes into this show quite often. So if they would like to set up an interview with Joseph R. Biden, I'm available and I'm ready. And you guys just let me know when to schedule it in because we're ready to go. All right, that's going to do it here for us. Lara Trump wanted for questioning. Send us more posts under this episode. Send us any of the stuff you say I've lied about out there. I'd love to get a load of whatever you think it is. And make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and follow. We'll see you back here next time for more of Lara Trump wanted for questioning. Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide. And they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it. So I'm like a lot of people. I love to wear an Apple Watch, but I hate how it looks. And I scoured the internet to search for the best looking Apple Watch cases I could find, and I found it. goldandcherry.com. They have absolutely beautiful watches, as you can see here. Everything is waterproof. Everything looks good with different outfits. You can get sporty, you can get fancy, but they are great quality, made out of Delaware in the United States of America. And they have been kind enough to give me a promo code that I can share with you if you want to get your hands on one of these as well. It's Lara T, L-A-R-A-T is the promo code to get yourself a discount at goldandcherry.com. And not only do they make Apple Watch cases, they also make great products for iPads and iPhones, keyboards, your desktop, everything you could possibly need. Goldandcherry.com. Use promo code LARAT so you can get yourself one of these today too. At The Right View, we're very proud of the fact that we are independent. We get to say everything that we think and everything that we feel. We have no woke companies guiding us or telling us what we can and cannot say. We are always going to shoot you straight and give you the facts as we know them. And that's why it's important to support independent outlets like The Right View. My name is Lara Trump, and I think Mike Lindell is a patriot. He is someone who loves this country, is willing to fight for this country. I love MyPillow because not only are MyPillows made in the USA by American workers, but they're great products, and they're so great that not only do I use them in my own bed at night, my children actually requested. My daughter the other day went to the closet and pulled out a MyPillow and said, "This is the pillow that I want to sleep with." And I gotta tell you, she loves it and will have nothing to do with any other pillow. So it's a big hit around our house. My dogs also happen to sleep on MyPillow dog beds. So all around the Trump household, we're big fans. If you go to mypillow.com today and use promo code Trump, again, promo code Trump, You will not only save money, but you will help us continue this show and other shows like it and help us continue the fight for the future of America. Inflation has impacted all of our lives. I don't think anyone can go to the gas pump or the grocery store without noticing that it is a major factor. And unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's going down in the way that we would like it to. And one way to protect your money is by investing in precious metals, gold and silver. That's always been a great way to make sure that you keep your money and you keep it safe. When you go to bh-pm.com, use promo code TRUMP. That way, if you decide you want to invest in gold and silver, you'll save yourself a little bit of money. We live in a time that's very interesting. A lot of us out there feel like a lot of our rights are slipping away. And if you're like I am and you want to have the right to choose whether or not to have a vaccine, how to live your life freely, and you're looking for a great doctor, I've heard amazing things about Dr. Sherwood. He's somebody who you should really check out and check into, and it'll help support this program and keep us going. So go to sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. Again, sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. You can save yourself some money and help us keep our program going.